So this goes with everything in our lives. Everything the government's doing to achieve power and wealth and authority is fraud upon we the people. You ask me, oh, are you an anarchist? No, I believe in government. I believe in limited government. Our Constitution is one of the most well-written documents in history. So is the Declaration of Independence. We, the people, laid down the law in those documents, and they step outside their scope and authority, it's their fault. And it's up to us to hold them accountable. Okay? The problem is we've gone 150 or so years without holding them accountable for anything. And when you don't hold somebody accountable, their rowdiness, their authority grows and grows and grows out of control. And that's what's happened. It's time to slap them back down. See, the Constitution laid out 19 governmental services. We asked and set up our federal government to provide us with 19 governmental services and no more. And the and no more is a pretty big deal. 18 of them are clearly listed in the Constitution, and one of them is in the preamble. So there's 19 services that we asked them to provide for us that we couldn't provide for ourselves. And if they would provide them, we could be going about our ways, and we could be farming and logging and catching fish and doing our whatever it is we do, build houses. We could do whatever it is we wanted to do. We'd have freedom. Did we ask them to provide us with 6,000 services and force us at gunpoint to pay for them? No. You ask me why I don't want to pay taxes? Because I don't want to pay for the 5,980 services I didn't ask for, that they don't have a right to provide us with. So how do I hold them accountable? Part of it's by not paying taxes. I'm not going to give them the money to do that. The problem is they're already taking it from me out of my Sesta QV trust. So unless I claim my minor estate and take half that money back, my half, according to the Public Charitable Trust, where I'm the co-trustee and the co-beneficiary and the only signatory officer, if I don't stand up and take it back, then they're just going to keep using and abusing us. And that I am against. See, I'm against corrupt government. I'm not anti-government. I'm anti-corrupt government. I want to stop the corruption. That's why President Trump signed an executive order calling on we the people for help. He first set up a proclamation. You know what a proclamation is? It's a cry out. He wrote a proclamation asking we the people to volunteer, to stand up. And then he wrote an executive order to support us. And he asked us for help in his proclamation of stopping corruption in the executive and the judicial branch. And a man named Chris Howlett stepped up to the plate, a very good friend of mine. And Chris said, hey, I get it. This is loss prevention for the United States of America. I've been a loss prevention attorney all my life. He used to work for Napa and other big corporations as an attorney who wrote reports to show them how to save money, loss prevention. And he said, that's all President Trump's asking us for. It's loss prevention. It's an emoluments thing. That's right. Article 1, Section 6, Clause 8 of the Constitution is emoluments violations. We're paying them to do a certain job, and they're operating outside their scope and authority. Therefore, it's a felony, and they're creating an emolument violation that we, the people, can hold them accountable for. And so when we see them doing that, our job is to hold them accountable, right? So Chris set up a company called E-Clause LLC. He sent his report off to the president. The president asked him to speak in front of Congress. Congress gave him permission as a LLC to act like the Bar Association. He can go into court and he can watch out for emoluments. Okay? And hold them accountable. And we all can. Chris made it so we all can.
How do we do that?
Just work under President Trump's executive order. We can volunteer to do anything we want. See, I got a nickname in my little group of the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force. People call the Pentagon, they go, hey, you got a pedophile task force? And the Pentagon says, what the fuck? You know. I didn't name it that. We just worked under executive order doing what the president tells us to do. We gather the evidence and we turn it in to the Department of Defense, and they take it and run with it. Our job is just to gather and turn it in under executive order, so we do. And then we got this stupid name, and then the pedophiles started hunting us and putting prices on our head, and and they still do, so what? Anyway, at some point in time, this is where the wheel falls off the wagon, is fraud. Fraud can be challenged at any time. There's no statute of limitations. Jurisdiction can be challenged at any time. There's no statute of limitations. This is a key. Two things that can be challenged at any time. You can be 20 years into a life sentence, challenge jurisdiction due to the fact of fraud, and walk out of prison.
There's a lot of that. A lot of fraud.
There is. Everything's fraud. There's no full and honest disclosure of the birth certificate, for one. Did you know a vessel had been created in your name? When you got a letter in the mail and it was addressed to your all caps name, you just think somebody made a spelling error? You see what I mean? No, they're sending a letter to your vessel. They're calling the vessel. They're summoning the vessel.
Are you saying that on your birth certificate it's all caps?
Yeah.
What if it wasn't?
What if it wasn't?
So it wouldn't be valid?
It's always all caps on the birth certificate. On the certificate of live birth, it's not always. Okay? They steal your soul. They take your soul prints at birth. They send you out to sea, presumed dead and lost at sea, until you return and claim your minor estate. Legal definition of the word minor is somebody under the age of 18 or somebody of any age who hasn't claimed their minor estate. We're all minors in this room. Over and over again, the Bible teaches you to take dominion of the jurisdictions. Land, the air, and the water. When you take dominion, then you're above anyone trying to control you. You're sui juris. You're of your own rights. Your rights are unalienable. Therefore, no one can control you. See? That's why I can walk into any courtroom, let them know my status, appear by special divine appearance, show them I've taken dominion over my jurisdictions, and there's nothing for them to adjudicate. It's that simple.